Hello, hello. I am Crystal Arthur, and this is Functional Faith Friday. In Functional Faith, we help you experience the divine all the time in your money, marriage, family, food, feelings, fitness, all of this despite any dysfunction or doubt you might have. We believe in empathy, education, and empowerment, and that's why we do what we do. By we, I mean my husband Kingston and I. And this month in our Facebook group, Functional Faith, we're talking about money. So last month was February, and we talked about love and marital love and intimacy, sex. And then this month we're talking about money. So welcome. This might not be the typical Christian Facebook group that you're used to. These might not be the typical Christian topics, but that's why we are talking about them. A lot of us, a lot of people have dysfunction in their life that they don't talk about, whether it's in a faith community or outside of a faith community. Am I okay? I think I'm okay. I feel like I'm kind of glitching here, but hopefully we're live and not weird. But anywho, there's lots of stuff we don't talk about because it's taboo. And sex and money are two of those things. So we thought, why not? Let's just talk about both of them back to back. So today we're talking about money. We kind of introduced it on Monday with the meditation in our group that Kingston did on God providing for us. If you missed that, then check it out. Then on Tuesday, we did a Testify Tuesday with my mom. And we talked about the one thing that after going through multiple brain hemorrhages and seizures and relearning how to walk, relearning how to talk, what is the most difficult thing that she's dealing with today after all of that, right? So if you missed that interview, check it out. And so I'm kind of following up on that, on something that we talked about at the end, and it was kind of a long interview. So if you want to watch the whole thing, Functional Faith Hack, check it out on YouTube. That way you can watch it double speed. But anyway, something we talked about at the very end of that was that thing. What is it that she's so passionate about sharing with other people? What she didn't know that would have changed her life. And that's what we talked about. And it was something called living benefits. Living benefit of what? There's something that I swear, you guys, okay, for those of you who know me, I know Kingston and I, when we find out something, like when we learn about something that we think is awesome or really important or could be very impactful for our lives and our friends' lives, like we tell the world, like we go hard, and it's probably a bit overwhelming, but hey, we're extra and our friends love us anyway. God bless you guys. But when I found this out, like I was digging into functional finance, because it's one of our 6 pillars, right? Do I still have these pillars somewhere? I don't even know. But it's one of it's one of our 6 pillars of functional faith, right? Feelings, food, fitness, fidelity, family, finance, and all these areas are things that we have been extremely dysfunctional in / are dysfunctional in, that we are digging in because you don't have the time. You got all your kids, you have a full-time job, you have your church, you have whatever you have going on in your life, and you are already overwhelmed. Right? You're already overwhelmed. You're already exhausted. By the time you get home, you're ready to just get on Netflix, and that's it. I was gonna say and chill. And some of y'all know, for those of you who know, you'll laugh, and those of you don't Google it. But anyway, like so we're trying to do that legwork for you. I've spent hours researching things because our family was dealing with so much dysfunction, and I wanted answers, and so we share them here. And so, like, one area that our family has always been dysfunctional in. If my mouth is, I feel like there's something stuck in my teeth. So if there is, excuse me, whatever. Okay, sorry. The information is worth, you might maybe embarrassing myself. But anywho, so much dysfunction when it comes to money, right? And so I'm like YouTube and reading books, doing all the stuff, and the same thing just kept coming up. And I'm like, how do we not know this? How? So far, I haven't come across a single person outside of this actual thing that actually knows how powerful this tool is when it comes to our finances. How powerful this vehicle is. That's Kingston coming in. Or Zion. Hi, Zion. Yeah, I'm doing a video. It's okay. I've been like blown away that people don't know this. And we have to know this. Like, it's like not like we're extra. We don't exaggerate. Like we we are very mindful with our words. We believe our words are very powerful. You have to know this, and you have to understand it, and you have to take advantage of it. And we're going to share it with you until we're blue in the face because we think it's that important. Okay. So I just briefly said the word living benefits. I don't even know what my slides are. We're just going to run with it. All right. Let's see what happens. Ensure you will live your best life. There's a kid. Ensure you will have your best life. What are we talking about? Let's rewind a little bit because I said the topic is like, I think I said church and money, right? That's triggering for a lot of people. A lot of people have been victim to churches who have taken advantage of them and their money. Some people very close to me have been in a church like that, where the pastor took advantage and with just living extremely extravagantly and under the table. Like the congregation did not know all the things that this pastor was doing. He was taking advantage of the congregation. And this wasn't like a poor congregation. It was a prosperous congregation. They were already paying him a real good salary, a really good salary. And he still was taking advantage, taking fancy trips, buying fancy gifts for his friends and all these things, right? There's horror stories of what churches have done with money, right? In the Bible, the money that people, it goes all the way back to biblical times, really. You know, that's why Jesus was turning over tables. Like the only time that we have like a record of of Jesus being real mad, like big mad, is when they were taking advantage of people's money at the temple, right? Like what we think of like as church, right? The faithful people were giving their money unto the Lord, and they were spending it and doing wrong, taking advantage of people, right? So it goes all the way back to biblical times. But when the Bible was talking about tithing, that was like to help people. It was to go to helping people and spreading the God's message and God's love. That's really loud. That's and so like when we see in like Acts 1, like people gave away what they had so that it could be shared, so that everyone's needs were provided for, right? And so like when we're talking about money and the church, there's a lot there, right? There's a lot to unpack there. There's a lot there's a lot of triggers there. And it goes both ways. There's like, we've also pendulum swung somewhat, and like, especially like in evangelical circles, like from prosperity gospel to like poverty theology, where it's almost like you think that it's like evil or wicked to have money. Here's my proposition, right? It's no more, baby, go daddy. It's no more evil to be wealthy than it is to be poor and prideful, right? Like, on one hand, we complain about what the rich do with their money, that we say, oh, they're selfish and they just keep it all to themselves. But then people who have a heart for God and a heart for others don't like strive to be wealthy so that they can spread it and help other people and send their money to organizations and missions that they really believe in. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So let's just rewind. We're talking about ensure you will live your best life. I'm not talking about like just crazy stuff. I'm talking about your, like, by best life, I mean quality of life. So many of us don't have quality of life when something happens, like when something difficult happens. And that's what my mom talked about. Like we were a perfectly healthy family, and then she had 2 brain aneurysms. My dad's a quadriplegic, and he was in his 40s when that happened. And he didn't have any pre-diagnoses, right? My brother got diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Unfortunately, he's in remission, but life happens, right? And when we aren't in a position to take care of ourselves financially, then what happens? We have to go to GoFundMe. We have to turn to friends and family. We have to turn to the church. We have to turn to the government. And that's not, when we look at money principles in the Bible, because the Bible talks more about money than almost anything, which is like there's so many principles there, right? And it's not just like live in poverty, go without, because then how do you help others? How do you help others? It's like there's like the parable of the talents, and we're going to get into this more this month, right? There's money principles that it's not about being greedy, but it's about taking care of your family, right? So freedom insurance is what I like to call it, or quality of life insurance. When what happened to my parents happened, so we're talking about, if you haven't picked up on it yet, we're talking about insurance. It's so not cool. It's such a not a, it's such a boring topic to most people, but for me, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go there because we already touched on intimacy last month. My girl Johanna, report, we had her on the Testify Tuesday too. She says it's sexy. I'm like, oh my gosh, she calls life insurance sexy. But it's quality, it's ensuring that you're gonna live your best life. It's ensuring you're gonna have quality of life. It's not about death. Where do we get that? I don't know. It used to be death insurance. Most people have death insurance. If you have insurance through your work, it's death insurance. Stay with me. We're talking about money, okay? Like we don't, it's not just death insurance. It's insurance. You've heard of disability insurance. It's not even just that. I don't even know if I have it. It's legacy insurance. It's, let's say, retirement insurance. Do you know that most people aren't able to ever retire? And if they do, they have to live off of way less than what they ever expected. They have to file for bankruptcy in retirement. They have to refinance their home. They have to live off, they can't take the trips. They can't live the life. They can't have the quality of life. They can't live their best life because retirement didn't turn out to be what they thought it was going to be because no one told them that their 401k was doing this the whole entire time. No one told them that the government was going to take out a giant chunk of what they had worked so hard to earn, right? And no one told them there was a way to protect their retirement, to make it tax-free, to protect their retirement from exorbitant taxes so that they can actually live and take care of themselves. We're not like literally just take care of ourselves and take care of our family and take care of our loved ones. And it's easy and it's affordable. And we pay way more in taxes than we would ever pay protecting our legacy, protecting our quality of life, protecting living our best lives. Let's see, what's it say? Milestone money. It's not just about when you become disabled. It's not just about retirement. It's about when you start a life insurance policy young, a quality of life insurance policy young, you can take money out of it tax-free for your wedding, for your first home, for your second home. You can have milestone money for special occasions. Right there, you can borrow it tax-free. And it's still gaining you money. And I haven't even talked about that. It's insane. It's literally the best savings vehicle in the world. Like there's just, I can't imagine that anything else compares. Like it's incredible. Let's see what else. Be your own bank. I'm probably going to make another Facebook Live that's just is all about being your own bank because it's incredible and every person needs to do it. Like, okay, because people who are like single and like 25 or 26, they're like, why would I get quality of life insurance? I'm not going to get sick. I'm not dying anytime soon. I'm good. Because you want to be your own bank, boo. Like you want to be, why? Like, just say no to banks. Just say no to banks. Like, okay, right now, of course, we need banks right now today because I just learned about this. But had I learned about this 10 years ago, I would just say no to banks because you can be your own bank. You can start a family bank. And that's what I'm doing. Like I'm starting a bank for my family so that when my kids grow up, they don't go to a bank and have to impress anybody and be a certain way and have a certain skin color because let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. People of color don't get the same treatment when it comes to business loans and business opportunities and homes and all these different things. It's getting better, but still currently it's not equal. It's not equal opportunity. Okay. This savings vehicle makes it an even playing field. Even playing field because it doesn't matter what your credit is, does not matter who your parents are, it doesn't matter. You are in control. You can be your own bank. So when you need a car, when you have an emergency, when you've lost your job, when there's a pandemic, you don't have to turn to the government or friends or family or the church. You can be your own bank and you can support yourself and you can support your friends, you can support your family because you've been tucking away in something that is safe, something that is liquid, meaning you can take it out when you need it, something that's giving you a return. on your money, compound interest, even when you take the money out? Say what? My money can do two things at one time? Yes, that's what I said. Your money can do two things at one time. Is your dollar only spending $1? Is your dollar only buying you $1 worth of stuff? You're doing it wrong. That's what we're here to talk about. We're doing it wrong. And why does this matter in the church context? Because in the Bible, when in the parable of the talents, like the master gave everybody some talents, right? One dude went, turned it over, made a profit. Another dude went, turned it over, and made a profit. Well, the other dude said, I knew you were harsh. I was afraid of losing it. Maybe he was an Enneagram 6. I don't know. So he didn't do nothing with it. What did he bury it? I don't know. My mind, he buried. He didn't do anything with it. Okay. And he gets thrown out. The master is like, no, dude, no. We are supposed to, okay, we can see your shadow. We can see your shadow right now. Hi, Kingston. We are supposed to be wise with our money. Why? So that we can be prudent and good stewards, right? So that we can take care of, the Bible says stuff about people who don't take care of their own family, right? Because it's not using wisdom. God gave us wisdom. God is the God of wisdom. And old school people say God does things decently and in order. Doing things decently in order, we were taught, okay? And there's no shame because this is what we were taught. And this is what so many loyal, good, honest, hardworking, decent people did. We were taught, go to school, get a good job, get a 401k, put as much into it as your employer will match, get a house, pay that house off, retire, But then what happened? So many people, what happened in 2008? People lost 40% of their retirement, had to work for longer. We were never taught that while the banks are telling us do A, B, and C, put your money here, put your money there, they're putting their money into this savings vehicle, life insurance policies, bank-owned life insurance policies. That's what they're doing. Okay, so they're telling us to do one thing while they're doing another. I'm not saying that they're bad people or anything like that by any means. This is just the system. This is how it's been. And it doesn't need to be that way anymore because now we have YouTube, okay? Now you know better, you do better. There's no shame in the game. You know better, you do better. And that's it, okay? So it's decently in order is not actually that way. Decently in order is building our financial house, building our family security, building our family legacy, building our family's quality of life, a guarantee. No matter what happens, starts with insurance, ensuring that no matter what winds may blow, no matter what water, we're not on sinking sand, which is the stock market. We don't know what it's going to do. There's no insurance there of anything, good or bad. It goes up, it goes down, and it takes years to make up the losses. I ain't got years, okay? Between that and inflation and taxes, I want the cheat code. I want to do what they've been doing, right? I want to do what's been done that we have not known. I want to be in control of what I can be in control of and be a good steward of what God has given me. So you build it. The first thing you do is you ensure that you're going to have that you and your kids and your wife and your husband and your family is going to have quality of life. Your grandkids, your great grandkids are going to have quality of life no matter what happens in this world, right? And then after that, you work on the 401k and you work on the real estate and you work on this and that. You do Bitcoin, you do everything else, right? But first and foremost, you ensure that that the money that you need to be there when it all hits the fan is gonna be there. And the only savings vehicle that is safe, liquid, gives you a return on your money that compounds and compounds even when you're doing something else with your money, and is a tax shelter. You're not gonna lose a third of it when it comes down to it, and then blows up and multiplies and just is raining money on your family whenever the time does come, when the trumpet blows and you called home to glory, is life insurance. We just were never told it was like that. We just never told it was like that. Do I have any more slides here? Let's see what's to say. For the culture, do it for the culture. Okay, we need to do it. I mean, I'm not going to get deep into that. Maybe that can be a completely different video, but we need to do this for one another. Okay, we can do this for ourselves. This can be a be your own bank for me. This will be a be your own bank in your family, where you're not borrowing money from others. You're borrowing money from each other. You're keeping the family money in the family and in the church and in the community, right? We need to do this for one another. So that's what I got for tonight. DM me. Have you heard these things before? I didn't even get into half of it, y'all. You can do so much. It's such an incredible vehicle. And we're just gonna keep talking about it, okay? That and other things. Let us know what you want to talk about when it comes to money. Is there a specific passage that you want us to talk about? Is there a specific strategy, maybe infinity banking or velocity banking or all these different things that you want to talk about? Is it credit? Like, how's your credit doing? You want to talk about working on your credit? We can get into that this month. What else is there? Debt relief. We can help with these things. I'm licensed. We can help with debt relief. Credit card and unsecured loans and stuff like that. We can help with getting you might have life insurance, but is it quality of life insurance? Does it have living benefits? Meaning you can use it today. As soon as you put money in, you can use that same money today while it's making money for you. Stop making money. Let your money make you money, girl. Dude. Or boy, bruh. All right. That's it. We're going to be in your face some more about this because we want to empower you. Empathy, education, empowerment. That's what we're doing. And this month, it's in the area of money. Stick around. If you care more about spiritual disciplines, you can skip this and go watch our self-care Sunday videos where we talk about spiritual disciplines, but your money matters too. All right. We love y'all. That's it. Happy Friday.